Hi, I'm Camille.
Hi, I'm Kate, and what you're about to watch is a short session between me and Camille regarding my character Deirdre and the non-player character Sentinel. Um, Hope you enjoy.
Hi.
Hello.
Last we left Deirdre and Sentinel. They had just departed the group after leaving Fieldcrest. The two of you ride horseback. What would you like to do?
I think I'm pretty quiet. Um, Probably until about an hour into our ride. And then I slow my horse down and Sentinel, what do you think of all this?
All of what?
Monty leaving the this the whispered one following me, this I don't just are we doing the right thing? I feel like we're doing the right thing. We must be, but I just feel overwhelmed, I think. I feel like I'm not cut out for this.
I think you need to have more faith in yourself.
Probably.
I think you know what the right thing is.
No, I do. It's
Can I speak openly?
always.
I think you've always known what the right thing is. But I think that sometimes you're afraid to do it.
That sounds right. The right thing isn't always the easy thing. It was just I've done a lot of easy things in my life.
I think that, yes. I think you've made a lot of choices that were easy that you are realizing were not right.
Yes.
Sometimes the right thing is easy. Most of the time I have found that it is not. I look forward to seeing you learn how to become more firm on what you know is right. And stand up even to the most fearsome enemies or your closest friends. Both are just as hard.
The enemies are easy. They're they're the bad guys. They're wrong. But standing up to friends. I mean, who's right? Is there a right?
That is for you to decide.
I was just thinking, oh, I wish it could be so much easier. No, I understand. Sorry, I've delayed us too long. Let's keep going.
You guys continue on, and finally he eventually leads you to a stopping point. I am going to teach you today about the ethereal plane.
All right.
And I'm going to teach you how to go there temporarily. to hide from your enemies in battle. The ethereal plane is just like this one. It exists on top of us, all around us. Yet things that exist here do not exist there.
Okay.
The ethereal plane is empty of material matter. Have you ever heard of anything on the ethereal plane?
Have I?
Why don't you make a... What kind of check do you feel like you should make?
History maybe?
Sure.
Or Arcana?
Up to you.
They're the same, it doesn't matter. No, that's not terrible. 14.
Yeah, you kind of have an idea. And the more Sentinel talks about it, the more it comes back to you, and he says, the ethereal plane is a plane out of phase. It's a place of, they say, ghosts and monsters. And it is always around you, even though you do not see it.
So, it's a plane where we cannot be touched, but we also cannot touch? Is that right?
Correct. Very good. Travel in the ethereal plane is accomplished by force of will. You wish to go somewhere, and you do, at your normal rate of movement. Now, there is a sense of up and down, but real gravity does not exist there.
That's strange, okay.
You cannot fall. No. Some spells can take you there for longer periods of time, but as a Horizon Walker, we have an ability to use the ethereal plane in battle, as I said. Short periods of time. Now, this is something that you will not be able to do all the time, maybe once every time you rest. But I will teach you how to slide in and out, very briefly. The first time I'm going to take you with me.
Sure, okay.
And then we will come back, and you will try to do it on your own.
Alright.
Alright. He walks closer to you, less than 3 feet in front of you, and stands tall, towering over you.
Okay.
I'm going to place my hands on your shoulder. Is this okay?
Of course. Go ahead.
Alright. He reaches down, he grabs onto your shoulders. You watch him close his eyes. And when they open, they are pupilless. For just a moment, and then your entire world shifts. You still see everything that you see around you. The trees, the grass, the boulders, the clearing, the horses. But it's like they exist in shades of blue and gray.
Huh. Okay.
Around you, you hear the howling up to the sides below you as these ghost-like entities shift. You see, just off to the side, some skittering. Some massive phase spider passes by. Remember what this feels like, Deirdre.
Oh, I don't think it's a feeling I'm gonna forget anytime soon.
And then it ends. You're brought back.
Okay. Okay.
Remember exactly what it looked like. Remember exactly what it felt like. Now let's go of your shoulders.
Okay.
Now you do it. I want you to reappear behind me.
Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and clench my fist down by my side, and I'm going to try and appear behind Sentinel.
Okay. You're going to try and cast etherealness. Now, I need you to make a intelligence check.
Oh god, okay.
Because you are an intelligence-based ranger.
Yes, I am. Okay. Not bad. An 18 plus 3 is a 21.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You concentrate. And then... next thing you know... the world shifts. It's like blinking too heavily. It comes down all of a sudden, all at once, washing over you, and you see Sentinel in varying shades of gray and blue standing in front of you. You know you only have a few seconds in this form.
Okay. I'm gonna look around real quick, and then I'm gonna walk behind him.
Alright, so as you go to move your foot, you notice it's not quite working the way you expect. You've got to will yourself, you remember. You can't just step.
I want myself to be behind Sentinel.
Okay. You're less moving and more gliding as you feel yourself. You think, I could go around him, but then you realize, no, you don't have to. You will yourself through him to the other side. Just in time. It's lifted like a curtain. And your feet hit the solid ground again. You're back to back with Sentinel. He turns around.
I'll turn around.
Well done.
That was really strange. Don't get me wrong, very useful.
With that, you are going to get your 7th level of Ranger.
Yay! Sweet girl.
You can go ahead and level up right now if you'd like.
Sweet, I will. Manage levels, level 7. Nothing else changes except I get a ethereal step. Nice. Perfect. Done and done.
Okay. Now, tonight we'll make camp, and then tomorrow I will teach you how to land stride.
Sure. What else does that entail?
Well, I will teach you how to move through difficult terrain without costing you any extra movement. Teach you how to pass through plants without being slowed by them, even if they have thorns, spines, etc.
Very useful.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then I think after that, we might be finished.
Really?
Really. There's more I can teach you. A lot more. But I think I have pulled you away from your friends for long enough.
I understand. And it's been a while since I've seen them, since I've traveled with them for an extended period of time, and I miss them dearly, but I really enjoy traveling with you, Sentinel. You've been an amazing teacher and a very, very good friend.
I'll always be your friend.
Is it okay if I hug you?
Yes.
I'll go and give him a hug.
He seems almost surprised again, even though you asked him. And you feel the kind of like a quick inhale of to brace. And then as your arms kind of squeeze him a little tighter, he, like a horse.
I'm going to get you used to these at some point.
Maybe.
Maybe not, but I could try.
Tonight I do want to teach you some new spells.
Okay, sure.
But I think we should make camp.
That's a good idea. Do you want me to scout the perimeter?
Yes,
real quick?
definitely.
And that is what I will do. I will attempt to scout the perimeter.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
So essentially, this is me and you picking your spells.
I'm here for this. 13.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
Oh, shit. Okay. I will come back everything looks clear to me.
Perfect. Now let's go over the spells that you already know.
Sure. I know how to take the element of an attack into myself.
Absorbing elements, yes.
Yes. I can also cast an ensnaring strike with my bow.
Very good.
And I don't think all of my healing ability is completely gone, because now I can heal everyone around me just a little bit. It's almost a spirit of some sort.
Mm.
And then I can make myself and others quieter around me and help us pass without a trace.
Very good. Healing spirit. And is that all that I've taught you so far?
Yes. Yes? Hang on. No. I also know how to, well, I have etherealness and
yes.
misty step.
Right.
Oh, I also have the ability to protect myself and others from both evil and good.
And that comes with your Horizon Walker.
Yes.
Okay. I thought I had taught you that. I remember that. Now, if you'd like to at this time, you can choose to let go of any of these spells in order to get a fifth one, or whatever, another one.
Okay.
Or we can just learn an additional spell. What do you think?
I think I like what I have. I think I just want to learn something new.
Very good. Let me think. You're going to be ranged.
Yes.
Would you like something to, maybe make your attacks more damaging?
Sure.
We could do Hail of Thorns. Or I can teach you how to mark your quarry.
Outside of character, I want to avoid concentration spells.
Okay. So, what was the ensnaring strike? You already have that one. All right. You already have dark vision as an Asmar. Man, that really limits.
I know.
Why do you want to avoid concentration?
Because all of my spells are concentration.
Welcome to being a ranger!
Fine. I don't have to avoid concentration. I think I'm harkening back to when I was a druid, and all I had were fucking concentration spells. It was the worst. But as a ranger, it'll probably be fine.
Yeah. So I'm thinking either something to mark your quarry, or perhaps I do know a spell that can turn your... Well, how would you like to attack something and then perhaps wound it more with a hail of thorns?
Oh, that sounds interesting. Sure.
Let me see something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because those are both for someone. Those should be easy enough for you to learn. Or I could teach you how to do spike growth.
What does spike growth do?
Essentially, you can turn the ground into difficult terrain.
Oh.
20-foot radius about. I think it would be more useful for you. What do you think? Marking a quarry or doing more damage?
I think doing more damage.
Alright. Very good choice. Alright, let's go out to... So he starts as... Essentially, he's going to break down Hail of Thorns for you.
Okay.
And you two will start practicing with your bows. Basically, Hail of Thorns, casting Hail of Thorns, and then hitting the tree with it, essentially.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and learn the spell.
Excellent. Perfect.
You don't want Hunter's Mark.
I love Hunter's Mark, but no. Yeah, I'll take the 1d10 over the 1d6.
Yep. That's fair. Although the d6 is guaranteed. They get to make a dexterity saving throw for the d10.
I know.
That's hard. Regardless. You can always change it later.
Yeah.
As the two of you settle down for the night, is there anything that you would like to do?
I'm gonna pull out Monty's cards. I'm not gonna really do anything with them, just kind of shuffle them and look at them and look at my rather tattered now Lily card. I'm gonna put it back in the deck. Still very evident which one is my card, but it's back where it belongs now.
Sentinel is laying there, hands behind his head, looking up at the sky.
I'm gonna put the cards away. What are you thinking about?
Not much.
You're not thinking about much, or you're just not saying what you're thinking?
What do you think?
The latter, honestly.
Just thinking about Raven. Just wondering if she's alright. I'm sure she is. She's tougher than nails.
And she taught you, right?
Kind of. She's better at, hitting things with her fists.
Well,
I taught myself a lot of this.
that is very impressive.
Thank you.
It must be hard being away from someone you care about for so long, without a word.
It can be. But I don't think I'll be seeing her again.
That makes me sad for you.
You don't have to be. I'm okay. I've come to terms with it, I think. You know, life is like the seasons. They're always changing, and I think we have to change with them.
No, I agree.
And I think friends are like the season as well.
We all have our season. It's just... it's so hard when things change.
It is. I think it's because it's a reminder that we don't live forever. It's a reminder of the passage of time, and that sense of mortality is terrifying.
I don't mind the mortality. just more scared of losing those I love, or falling out of love with the people that are so dear to me, growing distant.
Well, every relationship comes to an end one day.
One way or another.
And besides, I know what you mean. And I think I'm trying to comfort you when I say, just look around you. Everything around here is constantly in motion, constantly changing. Even though it seems like a still forest. Think about 100 years ago, none of this was here. Maybe the trees, but everything was different. Those things that were here before had to die for this to be here, to make room.
I suppose all things do at some point.
I think there's an old saying from one of the temples that says, "This too shall pass." They don't know. I think they say it whenever they are not feeling great about what is going on in their life, and I think people forget that it's also about the good parts too.
I've heard something similar, except it was a little less, lovely. I've heard, this too shall pass. It may pass like a stone, but it will pass.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mostly heard that from the old men back in my village.
Mm.
They were very grouchy.
Are you looking forward to finding your mother?
Yes and no. I want to see my mother again. Very much so. But, I'm terrified that she's not going to know who I am.
I have no idea what that must feel like.
You were on your own from you were found. I remember you telling me that.
Yep, as a young child, I have no memory of my parents. I don't even really know their names. I don't know my name. I've always just been Sentinel.
Have you ever thought about giving yourself your own name?
I like Sentinel.
Well, good then. It suits you.
I hope so. I hope to be the Sentinel one day at the Divine Gate. The Watcher.
I know I can't. I hope you know I consider you family.
Why do I feel like there was more to that sentence?
There wasn't.
Oh.
You're family to me. I care about you a lot.
You're family to me too, Deirdre. I care about you more than I think I wanted to.
You know, I'll be sad when we have to part.
Me too. I do pretty well on my own, though.
I know you do. You've been on your own a long time. I never really have.
You don't have to be. You know, if you don't want to be with your friends, or you feel like you can't be with your friends, or you need more training, I could be there for you.
I'd like that very much. But I feel like if I did that I would be making an easy decision.
Maybe. I know what it's like to feel like you put other people in danger. And if you ever feel like that and you want to feel like you're with someone who will not be in danger because of you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's nice to be with people who make you feel safe.
It is. It's a very reassuring and comforting feeling. I think I'm gonna turn in.
What do you think? Never mind.
No, please tell me.
What if Monty was the enemy?
I've considered it. And as much as I care for him, I stand by what I told Xanalor. And I will consider it another mistake I've made. And I will do what needs to be done in order to rectify it. I will hate every second of it.
This is why I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to see you upset. I'm not really good when you get all... I'm sorry. I want to be...
No, I'm not.
Do you need a hug or
a hug would be nice.
Some berries or something? A hug, okay.
A hug works.
He sits up.
Like, I will go over and hug him.
You notice that this time he doesn't stiffen up. He just, as you kind of nestle into him and he puts his arms around you, it's just very, it's starting to feel familiar now.
Very solid.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not crying. I'm teary-eyed, but I'm not like bawling my eyes out because this is not a new thought to me.
I know you're not actually crying yet, but it still makes me nervous.
This is a preventative measure, I understand.
Do you need me to hold on?
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
I'll give him one more tight squeeze and I'll back away.
Okay. He looks at his hands for a second and looks back at you.
I'll take his hands and just briefly squeeze them. And I know what needs to be done if Mondi is the enemy and if he can't be brought back or convinced. But I want to try. Xanalor gave me some time. And I don't know how I'm going to find him. But if I can, I want to try. This just seems so out of character for him. It doesn't sit right.
It's hard to know people.
Or hard to realize that the picture of the person you had in your mind is different from the reality.
Raven acted differently around me than she did around other people. And I always wondered if it was really her, one way or the other. If she was being ingenuine in one way. But I feel like after all of this time, maybe that was just, those were both her. Just different parts. I don't know. Maybe Mondi has different parts. Sounds very complicated to me, and I'm not that complicated.
Mondi, complicated is a very good word for him.
Is that why you love him?
I do seem to have a track record for complicated men, don't I?
Do you?
Ictiarn was...
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't know. I just want him to be him, Mundi. I just want him to be the person that I think he is.
Even if that's not who he really is.
Don't we all want that? On some level, we all want the person to be who we think they are. Even if it's not. Even if we know the reality's different.
I only want you to be you.
I am never nothing but myself. I had to think about that. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up for debate.
You know, I spent a lot of time thinking about that good thing versus bad thing, and I think they're just things.
You don't think there's a morality connotation to it?
I think it depends on whose eyes you're in. Forest fire sounds evil until you realize that it's clearing ways for new paths. I mean, as rangers, we guard over the environment and the natural plane, and it's a big eats smaller world. But do we complain when the eagle hunts a mouse? No, we don't. I'm sure the mouse complains. But the eagle's just trying to eat. Who are we to say what's good and evil, anyway?
I suppose morality is subjective anyway.
Of course, this makes me a little crazy, so I focus in on my job of protecting the gate. I know that's what I'm meant to do in this world. It's protect the gate.
What would happen if the gate came down?
I don't know.
Do we know that it
Forever?
would be a bad thing?
What they tell us is that it keeps the mortals separate from the immortals. And keeps them from... Excuse me. Long day.
I'll let you go to sleep in a minute, sorry.
No, don't apologize. It keeps them from our free will is what it keeps them from. They cannot take us over. They can't take away our agency. And I think bringing the divine gate down would end that. Sometimes I wonder about the Dawn War. I wonder if we really wanted to fight in it. How many of us were just acting on the will of our gods? Us, like I was there. How many of them?
I don't know. And obviously at the time the divine gate was needed.
Obviously.
But with this discussion of morality, the question of what's right comes back.
Would you protect the gate?
If I knew that was the right thing, I would.
Well, if you're going to be a part of the covenant, you have to swear. Well, as a part of the covenant, you've sworn.
I know, I have.
That's our job.
It is. But I think it's also in our nature to doubt.
That's
We
fair.
may go through with our promises, and this shouldn't affect how I do my job within the covenant, but we're basing our decisions on something that happened thousands of years ago. That's a very long time for information to get mixed up and misconstrued and reasons to get twisted.
Do you think that what Actaeon did to you, do you think that was right? He's so much more powerful and more all-knowing and omniscient than you are. How could you, as a girl, how could you even consent to that? You didn't know what you were doing, did you?
No, I didn't.
Imagine,
but I thought I did.
Imagine that, but on a grander scale. That's what I protect. That ability to choose. The freedom.
Yes. And I want to say I could have chosen with Actaeon, but I don't think I would have done anything differently. Even if I did.
Do you think you could have ever really known him?
I don't know. I know that I wish I could. But that would... Well, that was the thing. Was when I was initially cast out of the Feywild, Actaeon had me looking for a way to become immortal, so that I would have the time.
Would you do it again now? If he were alive, would you become immortal to spend forever with him?
I would. Even knowing that he was with Vinvier, even knowing that it would be a very long time. I would do it again. Just because the love was juvenile doesn't mean it was wrong.
But what about Maudie?
I love him too. But if he's someone who's different than the man I've come to know, then there's no future for us.
What if you had someone else?
Who?
Anyone. Someone you trusted.
I've trusted a lot of people, Sentinel.
Someone who wasn't complicated.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so scared of doing this again.
I'm not asking you to. We should go to bed.
Right? Okay. Thanks for talking.
Anytime. I'll be at my tent if you need anything.
Sure. Sleep well.
You too.
And I will go lie down.
Okay. Before you two go to bed, you watch Sentinel stand out and call an eagle down.
Oh.
And you watch as the eagle lands on his arm, and he gently just strokes its beard. He's murmuring to it, talking to it. Kind of gives it a little smile. He seems more at ease with the eagle than he does with your friends.
I'm sure the eagle talks a lot less.
You might recognize the spell as one he talked about teaching you initially, bonding with a beast.
Mm.
And the eagle takes perch on a tree nearby.
Oh, look at the eagle. I'll have to ask him about it tomorrow.
He just says, he will keep watch.
Tell him thank you for me.
He crawls into his tent.
Okay.
You two of you get a long rest.
Okay.
And get all of your spell slots back.
Yay.
Do you remember what time Leona cast that sending?
It was during her watch, I believe, because she woke... No. She was woken up.
Right.
It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, maybe.
Okay. So at that time, you do get a message from her, a sending. Okay. And as you remember, she said what she said.
Yes. Didn't tell me everything. But...
And when you wake in the morning, Sentinel is already up.
Morning.
He gives you a nod. You know he's especially quiet in the mornings.
I'm going to dig some mint leaves out of my pack and make like a small batch of tea. I got a message from Leona last night.
Oh?
Have I told you about her abilities?
I don't think so.
She's an oracle. She sees things sometimes. She gets these visions.
That sounds awful.
That's what I think too. It would be terrible to see the future. Anyway, she had a dream about Mondi last night.
Oh.
She sounded scared.
Oh.
And I don't know what that means. She was really cryptic and vague, and I'm a little worried.
Should we go to her?
Yes, even if it's just to check up on them. I just want to make sure they're okay.
They're not far.
Okay, good. Here, and I will pass him a little mug of mint water.
He drinks it. This is good.
My mom used to make things like this in our garden. Sometimes we had honey. We'd had that too, and lemon. If we were lucky, and Dad had gotten a good haul out in the city.
I have an idea. Come with me.
Okay.
I promise we'll leave shortly, but I have an idea.
Okay. I'll follow.
He takes you break down camp and ride. You know that he's going to be taking you north and then back east. But along the way, he has you stop. Dismount.
Okay.
Be quiet.
Okay.
And he slowly takes you through this grove. And you hear bzzz, 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 bzzz. It's a massive beehive.
I haven't had honey in months.
You want to get some?
I have no idea how to get any.
Well, you don't have... The trick is to not be afraid.
Okay.
Sounds easy, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, here. You watch as he touches his chest. And you notice he casts a spell that his skin turns into a rough bark-like appearance.
Well, you blend in even better now.
And he walks over, gently pulls a vial out of his bag, very slowly, very carefully, scoops up some honey. This beehive is huge. It takes up all of this massive oak tree. And he just scoops it up. You see some bees laying on his arm. He doesn't seem to be bothered, and he pulls the bottle back down. Very, very controlled movement, places the stopper on it, and then begins to walk.
Well, color me impressed again.
He hands over. It's got a few bees in it, but they're not endangered at this world, so it's fine.
I did not mean that. Immersion break. Ow.
Thank you.
I got some for me, too.
Good. Honey is delicious. And did you know it has health benefits?
You don't say.
It does.
I
And I'm not talking about rangery stuff. We used to put this on women who, after they'd given birth, got sick. Or, they got a cut. And it helped heal things.
You don't say.
Shut up, Sentinel.
I'm just learning so much from you.
You ass.
Okay.
It's a very sentimental memory, Sentinel.
He gets on his horse.
I'll stick my tongue out at him and I will also get on my horse.
But in all seriousness, thank you.
Well, don't thank me yet. I have one more thing to find.
What?
Come on.
Okay.
You two ride off, continuing north. He's like, you see him thinking. His bark skin slowly fades after about an hour.
Okay.
He slows down and he starts to think. This way.
Okay.
You need to take off on a gallop and... hold on. Let me look up stuff about this fruit really quick. It's winter. He won't be able to find one.
Okay.
Never
That's
mind.
fine. That's okay.
It's like, I don't think there are any lemon trees around here.
Well, honey is more than enough.
Okay. Let's go see your friends.
Oh, Yuna will be so pleased regarding the honey.
Oh?
Yes. She loves sweet things. She never was one for beer.
Me either.
Oh?
No.
Just that wine, then?
Mostly wine. Sometimes spirits, but they take a long time to make. You have to be patient.
Not one of my strong suits.
Luckily, it's one of mine.
Do you make your own, then?
Sometimes.
I didn't know that.
I made that wine.
Did you really?
I did. A few years ago.
Oh. I may request some more. It was delicious.
Thank you. We should hurry up in case they're in trouble.
Right. Okay.
Follow Sentinel.
And this will bring you guys to where we were. The two of you ride up. And
You see a
that's,
donkey named Choo Choo.
You see, yeah, you see something.
Listen.
Is there anything else you want to accomplish before you reconnect with the group?
I'm mostly just kind of thinking about the conversation I had with Sentinel the night before and really trying to take his words to heart. And like, I'm definitely like actively following him, but I think it's mostly just my horse following his, because my mind is definitely not all there, which is probably bad for a ranger, but Sentinel's there, so it's fine.
Okay. No more conversations you want to have with him?
Not unless there's something he wants to talk about.
He is content to remain quiet for the rest of the evening. Or day.
Then I will do the same.
Alright. That is going to be it for today.
Hey. Nice.
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.